Hey.
Hello.
So, welcome to this week's Making the Hot Dag. Eleanor is joining us.
We have our guest back.
Yep. She may not last the whole time, but she does have my slippers she likes to chew on and a sock to play tug of war. So, we'll see.
Hopefully this match keeps her entertained.
Yeah. She might find some tips for wrestling with her toys and so forth. We are both drinking a peanut butter beer from Treehouse now,
Yep.
also called
Hold on to sunshine.
Hold On to Sunshine. We are
Cheers,
holding on
Eleanor.
to our own sunshine. Again, a shout out to Treehouse for possibly sponsoring us for the future. Oh, really? Brendan, not me? By the way, that's Brendan. I'm Deirdre. This is Eleanor. So, all right, tell me what we're going to see today. I can see on the screen that there are some ladies tonight.
Yep, decided to go back to... Well, that sounds weird. We're doing women's wrestling today.
He didn't want to say he was going back to girls. That didn't sound right. So,
I corrected myself.
Yes, I like it. I like their outfits very much already.
And that's even before we started.
We haven't even started it, so I'm very excited about all of this.
So this week we're heading up to Maine. A promotion called Limitless Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ashley Vox versus Kris Statlander.
Okay.
You should remember Kris as she was at the show that we went to.
Okay. Oh, so I saw her in person.
Yes.
Which one is that?
The one with facing us.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be very exciting. I can't wait. After watching Kev and
Elgin and Floppy
Goober
Boy.
and Floppy Boy for several ones, I'm looking forward to some good chick on chick wrestling. So, 3, 2, 1. All right. I think it's funny that the guy in the ring in his tuxedo is like kind of guy who would dream of dating either of those girls and would never ever like have a shot at it. So he's super psyched to be in the ring with them. Oh, she looks badass.
So this is it's a last person standing match.
So basically they beat the crap out of each other and whoever's left standing?
Correct. So once someone is on the ground, they have the count of 10 to get back up.
Okay, that seems like a long count, but... Did he just use the F-bomb?
Yes.
Don't bite.
One of Ashley Vox's titles is a real fucking catch.
I see. Brendan's mom, I do not approve of that. Gratuitous use of the F word. Just saying. Okay, so
venue.
I love the venue. I think you knew I was going to say that.
Well, that's why I pointed it out first.
Right. It looks like my rec room or the local Charlie Horse or something like that. I like that it looks like there's a snack bar in the back. You know, I mean, I don't know what that is, but it looks like a snack bar in the back. So that's funny. Yeah. Okay. What just happened? Why does she have a tool in her hand?
She pulled that out of her boot.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding.
So she had a wrench in her boot?
Yes.
And now she's wrenching her face. All right, explain this to me. I get ladder match.
So last person standing, there are no rules, really.
So she decided to bring a wrench?
Well, so from what I gathered from the commentators is that this is like the end of their feud.
Okay.
And in their previous match, Ashley used that thing on Kris to win.
Okay, so it's
kind of a
getting
revenge.
Back, right? Yeah. It looks like Eleanor's getting in the spirit because she's very sassy and she's wrestling with me and my slipper. So I guess it's inspiring.
It is.
It's inspiring to see the women do their thing.
No, she looks like she doesn't want anymore.
No. All right, so hang on. We're going to briefly pause.
Okay.
Eleanor's going to go in her crate because I need to focus. Eleanor, you need to go in your crate. So say goodbye to the lovely ladies.
We are going to pause. Well.
Ooh, that was fun.
All right.
Well, wait a minute. Wait, I'm not. Let's see if she sits with me because that was very exciting. Did she just show blood? Oh, she's wearing it on her face.
It's not a lot of blood.
Did she just lick it?
Possibly. This is pre-COVID, Anything.
That is so gross. Wow. Now, I want to point out that in the first, I don't know how many minutes. Ew, she did lick it. Ew. In the first few minutes, there has been more action than in the first half of the match we watched last week. I am intrigued and fascinated and terrified. Oh, she looks like a limp doll. Okay. That. She is they're both kind of badass.
They are.
So, alright, so that's the other thing. I like that this feels evenly matched to me. I believe each of them could beat the other person. That it's going to be a matter of who shows the most skill. That was amazing. That was a real kick, even if it was planned well. It was a real kick. She had to flip backwards.
Oh.
So, at first glance, Brendan, I feel like this is like every other thing with women being in a world that's mostly men. I feel like they have to be twice as good.
Twice as good to be considered average.
To be considered average. To even get, what they're doing compared to what the two in the last match were doing.
Yep.
Not to say that there wasn't impressive stuff, but, they could get away with just wandering around doing nothing. This has been all action the entire time. And those are real hits, even if they're, planned to minimize.
Right.
They're both taking real hits. They're both showing real athletic stamina. I don't like the blood. So is that what you were telling me before with the cutting? Probably.
See, that's the thing. When I was recording this earlier, I couldn't tell if it was actually done or if it was naturally done. I mean, it's in a spot where it could have been on purpose, but it's tough. You wouldn't.
But that's good that we don't know, right? I mean, what's fun about that is even if we suspect that it was probably planned, the fact that you don't see it just enhances that believability,
No, I mean,
so
I think women's wrestling is vastly underrated. I mean, there's a lot.
It's like a lot of sports where what they have to do to just
be considered
or to get any attention. Think about women's soccer versus men's soccer. I mean, the men's soccer team gets all the attention. The women's soccer team's the only one that wins. Right. But they are really showing me that they need to be incredibly in shape, incredibly strong, and very skilled, regardless of what I'm suspending my disbelief for. They're way tougher. Not that way tougher than any male wrestlers we've seen, but than a lot of them.
Right. And so, like I said, I based on what I heard, this is kind of like their blow off, and without
there's the chair.
without seeing any of the other matches, you can kind of tell what's been going on.
Right.
They hate each other.
Right. But this is this is so much better than the one we saw last week, which was also the culmination of a whole feud.
But what I mean is that they're wrestling that you can tell that they hate each other.
Right.
I had to if I didn't go through the entire feud and just showed you that ladder match, you would kind of be confused.
Right. You're exactly right. And this is it's clear. Now let me ask you this: is that a bad guy and that's a good guy? Or is there none in this one?
So Kris has kind of been wrestling as the bad guy.
Kris is the one in black.
Correct.
Yeah. Because that's what I would, if I was watching, that would be my guess. But they're both so tough and kind of evenly matched. It would be hard for me to say.
But it's also based on knowing who they are outside of this. Kris Statlander wrestles as a good person. most everywhere. So this is kind of out of character.
Out of character, yeah. That was a really good... Oh.
And the chair lands upwards.
I'm never going to get used to the bizarre use of chairs, tables, and ladders. And I'm just... Like, I want to be able to find a time machine. Go back to the first place somebody thought that was a good idea. The discussion... Not that I hate it, but like I want to know where that started. Like I want to hear the...
Like someone picks up the chair for the first time.
Right.
It's like, what if I hit this over my head?
Right. And then wouldn't it be funny if we recreated that? Or so how do we get a chair in the vicinity so that that can happen? Like the whole discussions. Whereas now it's a convention. You take it, for granted. But for somebody who's never seen it before, it just seems ridiculous. This is my least favorite of any match, girls or guys, is the everybody laying around the floor, rolling around. And
so even in the realm of suspending your disbelief, the fact that they've been beating the shit out of each other, they can't sell that fact.
It goes on for too long, and there's always a moment in every match where both of them are like rolling around, like we're just watching. Like that was fun. I love the guy in the front with the camera.
Yeah, just constantly taking pictures.
Right. Like,
oh hey, there's women laying on the ground in front of me.
Okay, not to be disgusting, but he's like going home to his basement and watching that and doing unpleasant, unsavory things.
And that's the last we'll talk of that.
Yeah, we will not mention that he likes snuff porn. But, and there's it's a door? Shut up.
So, I when you were just talking about tables, I didn't want to mention anything because I wanted to hear your shock.
Come on.
So, here's the thing. Doors are cheaper than tables.
So why is there a door under... I can't suspend my disbelief.
So I agree with that part.
Like, I can see a table because obviously we're in a rec hall and we might be having a bar mitzvah in a minute.
Right.
But I don't know. A door seems...
No, that part I agree with. But
like we were just possibly going to renovate and we decided to have a, wrestling thing instead. So, yeah. What does she have on her butt? It's so spangly, I can't really tell.
Maybe fucking catch?
Oh, maybe. I cannot believe how much Brendan has been swearing in this particular episode. I apologize.
I'm influenced by what I watch.
I guess. See, that's when he watches too much violence on TV. That's what happens.
Oh!
And into the door.
And it didn't break.
It's because it's a door. Doors don't break it. Oh, there it goes. As easily as a table. Don't bite. No. See, now Eleanor is being influenced by the violence that she's watching, and it's making her more violent.
Eleanor is a Kris Statlander fan.
Yes, very much so. Well, she's like dressed like her with the black. I think these are both women I want to hang out with. I want to hang out with them, and get a few tips. So I feel like not only could I rock those boots, but maybe a couple. Oh, now that's just street brawling right there. And she just took out the trash.
I think she just dropped her head first.
Yeah, she kind of flung her. There's no way they're not getting a little hurt in this, for sure.
Oh, in any wrestling match, you get hurt a little.
But some of them, it's more than others. That seems dangerous. That's a little bit much. Did you hear?
The commentator?
Yeah, and how did she know there was going to be a box cutter underneath the... Oh, is she taking the buckle off?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, that she's taking the cushion off, so she's going to throw it. We saw that in another match.
Yes, we did.
What match was that?
I think it may have been one of the Generico Steam matches.
And they took the buckle off so that it would be... I remember thinking it was ridiculous that they had enough time to do that, while the other person's just laying around. Oh, that does not look pleasant.
No. Those are steel cables.
Yeah, that's some barbed wire crap there. Is the referee wearing medical gloves?
Yes.
Is that in case he gets bled on?
I think so.
Or somebody spits on him or sweats on him or... Oh, back in the ring, Missy. Oh, there we go. Kidney punch. I like it when they punch.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. But there's also the added fun of the hair, right? Flinging around. Oh, all right. Now, see, girls are not immune to the inappropriate sexual moves. Ah, see, she got sent into her own buckle. I'm starting to notice a theme.
Yeah, you're not wrong with what you're thinking.
That people set up one thing to get, their opponent, and then the opponent uses it against them. I've seen that, 3 times in a row now?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess that adds a little to it, like, foiled by their own...
Device,
yes. Hoisted on their own petard. Did I say it right? Is that the saying?
I've never heard that one before, so I
think
can't...
it's a saying. It might not be. I might have had too much peanut butter beer.
Did you ever think you were going to say that in your life?
No, I just realized that. I had...
Oof,
Oh. Now, what's the white thing popping out of her top? Like, is that her bra, or is that...
What white thing?
So, she's got like a little white... It looks like she tucked a note in there, or like, ladies, we like put our money in there sometimes, or like our license or something. It looks like she's got a little something stashed.
Who, Ashley Vox or Kris?
Kris. Kris, you'll see when she stands up. It might just be she's wearing like a white tank top underneath that or something, but it looks to me like she's got a shopping list, which would be funny. Oh, see?
Yeah, I see
it's
it.
on both sides now, so it's probably something underneath. But didn't it look like just a little shopping list there?
Yeah, okay, I see that now. There's a white shoulder thing.
Yeah. That was a smooth move to have that chair, like, waiting.
Just throwing it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I just, like, as the person came running by, I thought that was awesome. Now she's collecting chairs. So again, possibly going to have...
she's not a happy person right now.
No, either that or she's going to have people over for drinks. Doesn't it look like she's she going under for a table, or is it another door? It's another door. Come on. All right, bad enough there was one door.
Like I said, doors are cheap.
I guess, but that is really, really, really hard. Oh, again, this is reminiscent of the ladders. Making Lego Tinker Toy. Okay, that was a little over the top from the announcer. And there's the guy with his camera again.
I don't know if you saw the whole thing, but he was kind of protecting his wife as his camera was...
Yeah. Look, he's twisted. Look at how, into this he is. He's the kind of guy in high school that yelled, girl fight, girl fight, girl fight. Right? Oh, that looked painful. Those were chest shots.
Throwing strikes.
Mm-hmm. The irony about that is, you can, kill somebody by hitting them where their heart is. Like, if you hit it just right. That would be unfortunate. That would be a damper.
It would be.
But I guess we don't know how hard she was hitting, so... Oh, this looks fun. Again. She set something up and she becomes the victim of it.
Right.
Although they both look like they're victims of it. I think the last one standing is going to be the guy with the camera.
Everyone else gets knocked down.
Right. Oh, this is like all of the kind of guys in the audience are like, not all of them, but a lot of them are like people I would not hang with. And then there are people I think I want to party with them. It's pretty much 50-50 right down the middle. Do you find that when you go to them?
Yes.
Like half of the people you're like, I would never, not in a million years. Right? And then, you know, other people.
So a little bit of everyone.
Yeah, a little bit of everyone. And then the kids, that baffles me. Oh. They're both going to crawl back in. So is this like the lead up to where we're going to see who's wins? Sort of like everybody's been put through everything and now they're both like clawing their way back into the ring.
Whoa, a kendo stick out of nowhere.
You got to admit, Kris has had access. She looks like an animal, by the way.
She got
right
the crazy eyes.
Yeah, she's got the crazy eyes. But she has found all kinds of stuff in all kinds of places. And Ashley knows how to use her hair. Let's just put it that way. Like, she is aware of the visual effect of that. Don't wait. Wow. All right, so how do you do that and not really hit?
You can't.
You can't,
you
right?
Can't.
So she must be doing it across that, like, the broadest flat part of
I mean, you could pull back a little bit,
yeah,
but it's still not going to be pleasant.
Is it mean that I want to see her take the box cutter and cut Ashley's hair?
That's intense.
I think that would be an excellent ending. Why is she doing that?
She's taking off the.
Okay, I don't understand.
So this is kind of exposing how a ring is made, I guess.
Why?
Well, you'll see in a second.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be the equivalent of the exposing the buckle, I
Correct.
guess? Okay.
Because instead of canvas, matte, wood, you just have the planks of wood.
Right. And meanwhile, Ashley's just... See, this is the first time I've really had trouble suspending my disbelief is the amount of time it takes for her to set that up, that Ashley would just be wandering around. Okay, so now she's going to go in and get knocked on the wood. So it's like half and half. Right. But if pattern holds, then Kris is going to be the one that gets hit on the wood. Because, right, hoisted on her own petard. Oh, well, she made it to the mat.
To the mat. So it's not over yet.
It's not over yet, right? So I feel like they're... Oh, boot to the head. Here we go. Oh, no, she's... Oh! On the exposed board. So now one of them has to get up, right?
Correct.
Is this going to be it, though? Like, is this we're waiting for somebody to get up, or is this a false ending?
This is a false ending.
It's a false ending! How exciting. Okay. So we're going to think it's over.
Correct.
But it's not.
Correct.
He's giving you a spoiler alert.
Well, you...
I know, I guessed it, though.
You threw it up there.
I'm starting to see patterns.
Right.
So, right.
Well, if I didn't answer, you'd just be looking at me and be weird.
That's right. I would not be weird. There's nothing weird about me. I mean, come on. What is on Ashley's arms? Is that tape?
It's tape.
Okay. Is it that, like, athletic tape that
yes.
you use for certain muscle stuff, or is she doing it for decoration, or both?
For muscle stuff.
Okay. Like some people put on their shins and things, right?
Yeah. My guess is that she has a sore shoulder or bad shoulder.
Which is why she should definitely be wrestling.
Oh, it says real catch.
Oh, real
and
catch.
Real is REEL.
Ah, now is that because it's like reel me in, or is that because she doesn't know how to spell?
It's the former.
Okay. Not the latter. Not like a ladder match. Oh, the door is out. We're not messing around now. We got the door.
You got third door?
We're
We're 3 doors down. Nailed it!
That was very funny. I appreciated that. I like that she's taking all the time to set it up, which means that she's going to end up on it because that's what happens.
Pattern shows.
Yes, yes. The best indicator, right, of the future is past behavior. I don't know. Something. I don't know. Oh, duke it out, ladies. Duke it out. They are. That is so exciting. You know that every man in the audience is unbothered right now. What is that? Why do men like to see women fight? You don't want to answer that. Your mother's watching.
There's many directions to take that in.
Okay. Well, we'll just say they appreciate the athleticism.
Correct.
Right. We'll leave it at that. Oh, boot to the head. But on the cushion. So, see? Now she's taking over her...
She's readjusting.
Right. So, all right. So that's a quandary. She's now readjusted it. So whose is it? And who... Right?
It's like hot potato.
Right. So who is in charge of it and who's going to be the victim of it? So, she's laying her on it like a corpse. Like an offering. Like a sacrifice to the wrestling gods. I don't think she should be taking that much time. I feel like that's giving Ashley time to pull herself together and, I don't know, grab a stick out from under the bottom of the ring or something.
Well, that's a lot of time right there.
Right, don't you think? And see what happens?
Well, no, she had the stick right there.
Oh my God. How did I know it was going to be a stick? That was amazing. I've never seen this match before.
You should book your own wrestling show.
Oh, I so should. I should be a wrestler. I'm too old for that.
You could be the ref.
I'm gonna be the ref. We're working on it.
Wear the blue surgical gloves.
I want to wear the gloves. I do. Especially if they're going to bleed and spit all over the place. Because, COVID. Although I did have my vaccination. So.
Shot 1.
Shot 1. I still have to have shot 2. Oh. A fight over the buckle. Is there some next? Look at Eleanor. Ooh, Eleanor's getting into it.
Wow, she's getting aggressive. She knows the end is coming.
Yes, Eleanor. Be rough and tough. Go get him.
Shit, she has the wrench thing.
Oh, she's got metal. Yep, she's showing it to everybody. Again, I feel like taking too much time. Just giving Ashley time to get prepared.
You like that?
Yep, do the block shot. I feel like I need to coach them. I think I need to tell them. You gotta go faster. Oh, now we're arm wrestling.
Now it's a fight.
Right? Now it looks like thumb wrestling, right?
Oh, right.
In her mouth. Oh.
With a headbutt.
Oh, that is nasty stuff. And ultimately, she ends up to be the one on the door. I think we're going to count
she
now.
readjusted it last.
Yep. Right, because she readjusted it. So she should... All right. Is it going to be a false ending?
I don't know. Let's count with the ref.
6. 7. We're taking our time now.
8.
9. And here she comes.
She's
That is fantastic. That was amazing.
That was one of my favorites so far.
Yep, I think that might be my favorite. So, chicks fighting, a little bit of blood, not so much. I liked the licking the blood move. It was disgusting, but it was also badass.
Well, now you're sending me mixed signals, so I don't know if I should.
I don't like a lot of blood.
Okay.
I don't.
Don't like a lot of blood.
Like,
okay.
if that had been through the whole thing, I'd use a moment, right?
Oh, right.
I was disappointed when I first saw it, but then I enjoyed it.
Right, because it didn't keep on going.
Yeah, because it went away.
Right.
I also enjoyed that they fought hard the entire time. I felt like there wasn't all of that weird wandering around time. I'm going to say I think the doors are weird.
I agree with
that.
And
that it is, nobody ever wants to see that, but...
Still doesn't make sense. I mean, outside of the fact that they're cheaper than doors, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So, right. But I give that a solid 9.5 for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. It was funny because I knew I wanted to do a women's match, and I just didn't know what to do.
Here's the funny thing. If you showed me a men's match where they fought that intensely throughout the whole thing, I would like it just as much. It's not that it's women. It's that women, in my experience so far, fight more.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So on that note, Eleanor is all revved up and ready to have her own wrestling match.
She lasted the entire show.
She did. She's wrestling with my slipper, so she was very inspired. We want to thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.